Have you ever been at a stage in your life where you just feel stuck? Where you feel like things are going against you, you know you should change, but you just don't know how. You don't know where to start, and it all just seems a little bit too much. It seems too difficult. Well, a lot of us have felt that way, and a few of us actually know what to do about it. But this is what this video is going to be about. It's about the very first thing, forget all the rest. The very first thing you can do to start having that snowball effect of positivity and change in your life. Okay, I am not going to keep you in suspense. This one thing is being more positive, being more optimistic, and I'm going to discuss all the various aspects of positivity and how you can start being more positive in this video. But let's start by having a look at positive people versus negative people. Now, if you have a little bit of a setback, if you're a pessimist, a negative person, and you have a little bit of a setback, you take it much more personally. It often drains you much more, and you just think like, oh, how could this happen? It's just going to take so much time, and it was just a little bit of milk that spilled. You know, it's not a big deal, but we react to that negatively, and the next thing you're not magically going to react to that positively. So it's a snowball effect of negativity. You spill the milk, you're on your way to work, you hit traffic and you're just like, oh, everything is just going wrong, or you're already tired when you get to that point. Okay, and then you're going to go through that your entire day, and you come home at night, it's going to feel drained, and then you tell everybody you're always tired and you just don't know what to do. Probably it's because you are being negative, and negativity drains your energy. If a positive person and an optimist is faced with that same problem, they just go for it, just complete it without thinking about it. Okay, most of our day consists of these small tasks and small problems that we need to solve, whether it's your professional or your personal life. And if you're optimistic about it and positive about it, you try harder, you don't use as much energy. And if you fail in a task and you're optimistic, you just brush it off. You just go on with your life. If you're a negative person, you feel like the world is against you. Okay. And you know that old cliche, that golden cliche of never stop trying, try again until you succeed. Well, the thing is, you're not going to try again if you are a negative pessimist, okay, or a negative person. Okay, so if you really want to see that initial phase of change in your life, be more optimistic. Okay, and then we are going to have a look at 4 steps. This is 4 initial steps. It's going to be a long process, but 4 initial steps to get more positive. And eventually, when you start to become more positive, you can think of other areas in your life that you want to change. I talk a lot about, and I have a lot of videos about setting a mission statement and setting goals for yourself. And a mission statement would be the end of your life, or the end of a long period, what you want to achieve in your life, and your goals is to get you on the right track to achieve this mission statement. But if you're negative, you're going to quit. Okay, but if you're pessimist, if you're optimistic, I combined the 2 words there. If you're optimistic, then you will have energy and you will have the right mindset to go into creating a mission statement and into creating good long-term goals. Okay, now let's have a look at the 4 things that you can have a look to start changing. And this doesn't mean if you are a pessimist and you want to become an optimist. It's just if you feel like you can be more optimistic in general. Okay, number 1, and this is something that only human beings have in the entire world. This is being self-aware. If you're a human being, you have that ability. If you're watching this, you have that ability. That we know what we have done and what we should do. We have the ability to plan and to look within ourselves, to be aware of ourselves. So be aware. Are you a pessimist or are you an optimist? And if you are pessimistic about some areas of your life, now you know it. Be aware of it. And only if you do this, you will give yourself the ability to accept it and to then tell yourself, I want to change it. But if you're not aware of it, you're not going to change it. So that's step number one in many things of life. Be self-aware and be aware that you have this problem and you want to change it. Then number two is going to be that you want to react positively in the mornings, because this is when that snowball effect starts. So make sure the first few problems of your day that you react to it in a positive way. Now you are aware, okay, this is a problem, I'm being negative, I don't have to be optimistic about the problem, and you will feel immediately it just doesn't have an effect on me. I feel like I'm ready for anything. Okay, because if you're going to start the day out negative, I'm going to have an effect. And it might take a while for you to not feel drained, or not that it's, that it's forced. But eventually that's just how you're going to react. Okay, in the process of optimism. Now, number three, and it walks hand in hand with number two, and that is to not let small things in life bother you, because 90%, I don't feel scared to say, I think it's about 80 to 90% of problems that we face daily that make us negative, that drain us, are small, trivial problems. It just builds up with that snowball effect, and if one you take negatively, they all just seem to drain you. Okay, they are small problems, and don't let them bother you. Just shake them off. Okay, and just go on and tell yourself, this is a small problem, I do not need to be bothered about this. It doesn't have the power to affect my mood. Okay, and rule number four, now this is maybe a bit of a controversial one considering psychology, but a lot of, if you're going to Google and you type in how to be more optimistic, they're going to tell you to cut out negative people from within your life. But we often know that just simply can't happen. You can't, if you have a negative cousin, just snip it away. That's everybody in your life that's a little bit negative. That's just not how it works. So my number four and steps to becoming more optimistic is to not let negative people bother you, just like you do not let small things bother you. Okay, so, and by not bothering you, I don't mean argue with them until they become more optimistic. It's just not gonna happen. I mean shake it off. Now you are aware of optimism. You're aware, I just said something a little bit negative, but I don't need to let that bother you. And just don't go snipping away at a relationship in your life. It just does not work like that. And maybe eventually you can even start to influence these people. And I'm going to leave you with a last little interesting fact about optimism. And if you think about it, you all will be aware of optimistic and negative people in your life. Especially if you work in office environments, you all know there's this one positive person that you love being around, you love working with, because you draw energy from people that are positive. And then again, if somebody is negative, they just drain your energy and you feel like you don't want to be around them. You start to be affected by negativity just as others are affected by your positivity. So you all have a superpower. I like to think about it as a superpower, because if you are optimistic and positive in everything you do daily, okay, it's not going to be everything, but on most things you do daily in the office, then people around you are going to feel that they have more energy. So you have like the power of oozing out energy. If that was a power, I think it would be illegal. But don't ooze, but just give out the energy that you have inside you. Okay, and it's not going to drain your energy, of course. You're just going to provide energy to everybody around you. And that is the last thing that I want you to think about in this little video. Thank you for watching. As always, if you're watching on the website, just make sure to follow the community page, post what you are thinking, just have a browse around at some of the other videos, and then I will talk to you all soon.